This is problem number 3 on the empirical and molecular formula worksheet. Problem number 3 states, what is the empirical formula for a substance that is 63.16% oxygen and 36.84% nitrogen? Things that we know that oxygen has a molar mass of 16.00 grams for 1 mole, and nitrogen has a molar mass of 14.01 grams for 1 mole. What I've done on the left is I've put a sample of that oxygen and nitrogen stuff on a balance. And that balance says 100.00 grams. And you may be wondering, gosh, how do I know that it has a mass of 100.00 grams? And the answer is I don't. But 100.00 grams allows me to do the following. It allows me to say, if I have that sample that's 36.84% nitrogen, then that means I would have 36.84 grams of nitrogen. And it also means that I would have 63.16 grams of oxygen. At this point, what I need to do is I need to go from grams to moles, because my empirical formula is going to tell me a ratio of nitrogen to oxygen. And I'm going to get that based off of moles of nitrogen to moles of oxygen. So I'm going to go back up here and I'm going to go ahead and convert both of these to moles. And when I do my math here, this ends up being 2.62, and this ends up being 3.95. And that's moles of nitrogen to moles of oxygen. Well, I could say that I have a ratio of 2.62 moles of nitrogen to 3.95 moles of oxygen, but I can't write nitrogen 2.62, oxygen 3.95, because that would mean that I had 0.62 of an atom, and I can't do that. So let's not do that. Instead, let's go ahead and figure out how we can get a ratio that's whole numbered. And if I take 2.62 divided by 2.62, that doesn't equal 0. It equals 1. And 3.95 divided by 2.62 equals 1.5. Well, if I apply that, there's my nitrogen, there's my oxygen. If I apply that in the same manner as what I just did here, I would have 1 nitrogen for every 1.5 oxygen. Well, I can have N, but I can't have 1.5 oxygen. So what I end up having to do is I've got to get these in whole numbers. So what number will I be able to multiply these by? And if I multiply by 2, each of them, I get a ratio of 2 nitrogen for every 3 oxygen. And that I can write N2O3. And that's my final answer.